I'm Kim Lawson with the Yosemite Sierra Visitors Bureau, and we've teamed up with some of our partners to bring you a very special edition of Valley Life. We've taken over the program for an entire month to take you on a special journey. We're starting here at the Fossil Discovery Center, and we're going to go all through Madera County, taking you to all the special places that you'll want to see on your way to Yosemite National Park, ending at the falls. And we're calling it the Fossil to Falls Trail because it's not just about the destination, it's the journey. I'm really excited, so let's get started. So we've just stepped into the Fossil Discovery Center, and I'm really excited to introduce you to Blake Bufford. He's the director of the museum here. Blake, can you tell me what makes these fossils so unique?
Well, I think what makes them so unique is that they're from right here in the Central Valley. Everything you see at the Fossil Discovery Center is found right across the road at the dump, and they found them in 1993. They're all Ice Age mammals. This is the only place in the San Joaquin Valley you're going to see a museum dedicated to these types of fossils, and they're found right in people's own backyard right here.
Well, that's really cool. It's a really great educational experience for kids.
Yeah, that's right. We're geared towards field trips. We have 6,500 kids coming this spring. We have plenty of families and kids coming every day. We have a lot of exhibits, a lot of hands-on activities, and we also have a mock dig outside, which is a large sand pit full of replica fossils that the kids can dig up on their own. So it's a great place for family and kids to come.
So are there any special events coming up that we could attend?
Yes, we have the Dragonfly Festival coming up April 25th. It's going to be not just fossils, it's also going to deal with nature, insects, the environment, things like this, Native Americans, and we are advertising that on our website, and that's going to be another great family activity to come to April 25th.
Great. And if someone wanted to look up information on you, where would they find that?
They can look at our website, it's maderamammoths.org, or they can call us at the Fossil Discovery Center, 665-7107.
Great. And can you tell us about some of these? How about this one right here?
This creature right here is called a giant ground sloth, Harlan's ground sloth. It's the largest ground sloth found out here. Over 3,000 pounds, ate lots of plants. You can see by his claws he was ripping up the ground. He's a really powerful animal, very slow and sloth-like, but one of the more interesting animals that lived out here in Madera County.
So this was not a sloth that would climb trees.
No, definitely not. There weren't too many trees big enough for this guy to climb. So he's definitely a ground dweller, and there's 3 types of sloth we find, and this is the largest one out here.
Now tell me a little bit about some other things that you have here. I saw that you have some mammoth skeletons.
Yes, we found mammoths. The most common animal are horses. Next are camels. People are very surprised that camels lived here, but horses and camels are both native to North America, and we have samples of those fossils here. Columbian mammoths and ground sloths, those are the 4 most common. We also found saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, short-faced bears. Basically, over 36 different species of animals found right here during the Ice Age, and they're on display here at the Fossil Discovery Center.
Okay, now are these the actual bones that you guys have found and dug up?
These right here, every time you see a complete skeleton, they are actually replicas of the actual animals. The real fossils we find are too fragmented, too fragile to put back together again. So for people to visualize the whole skeleton, we have copies of original fossils that they can see. And they look exactly like the originals because they're cast from originals. But the actual bones are way too fragile to put back together again.
Can you tell me a little bit about the process of when you discover it, how they would get from the ground all the way into the Fossil Discovery Center?
Well, they're found at the landfill during excavation of a big cell to bury the garbage in. They're uncovered by heavy equipment. They're salvaged by field paleontologists like myself, very carefully removed from the ground. They're brought over to the laboratory, and they're prepped and cleaned up there. And then some of them, the best ones, are put on display here at the museum.
Blake and I have stepped into the Paleo Laboratory. Blake, can you tell us what is this?
Well, this, believe it or not, is what's left of a Columbian mammoth skull and the tusk. And this was found at the landfill and transported over here. And we've been working on this for quite some time. It's very large. These are fragments of the skull right here. Now, I don't know if you can tell the difference between the skull, the bone, and the clay. But these are pieces of a mammoth skull right here and a tusk, what's left of a tusk over here.
Now, Blake, can you demonstrate how you would reveal some of these bones?
Well, it's a very slow process. The bones are so old, they're very fragile, and you have to be careful. You don't want to break them any more than already are. So use very high-tech tools called a dental pick and a paintbrush. And sometimes we use a toothbrush also. You can't get these just anywhere. And now the bone, we have to remove the sediment away from the bone. So here's a piece of the skull right here. And so very slowly you chip away the sediment that's surrounding the bone without damaging the bone. And you can see it takes quite a while. You brush the dirt away. If the dirt doesn't come off, you can scrub it gently with a toothbrush. They haven't brushed their teeth in 700,000 years, so this helps them out quite a bit.
And they have some pretty dirty teeth.
That's right, yes. So that's basically how we do it. It's a very slow process. And but this is on display for people to come, and they can actually come in if they want to see inside the lab. We'll be glad to show them in here as well.
Well, this process must take a lot of patience, so I bet it's pretty rewarding when you finally get a finished piece.
Yes, it is. It's very slow. Sometimes you just have to kind of zen out and just do it and take your time and kind of really get involved with it. So some people can do it, some it's too slow for others, but it is something has to be done, and it is very interesting and also very interesting to see.
Now, I saw outside as I was walking in a really neat, it looked kind of like a grass structure. Can you tell me what that is, what it's made out of?
Yes, we have a very accurate example of a Valley Oakets house, and myself and two other volunteers made that about 3 years ago. It's constructed of 14,000 tules that we all cut by hand and willow trees, and it's tied together with willow bark. So if you want to see an example of a Native American house that the largest tribe in California lived in, we have one here outside the Fossil Discovery Center.
Wow, there is just so much that you have to come and see. Bring your family, bring your friends. It's good for all ages. You'll love it. Come on out.